successful on the outside, but you're feeling overwhelmed on the inside? Well, that might just be because your brain and your body are telling you that something's out of alignment. We often hear about aligning with our goals, but what does it mean to be truly aligned with ourselves? Today, we're diving into why self-alignment is more than just a buzzword. It's the foundation for feeling grounded, fulfilled, and able to stay focused, even amidst life's demands. Sometimes the signs that we're out of sync with ourselves are really pretty easy to overlook, right? Because you might be feeling a lack of enthusiasm for things that once excited you, but you're not looking at it as being out of alignment. You might be struggling to focus even on the smallest tasks that used to be really super easy for you, or experiencing an underlying sense of restlessness. These subtle cues are often our inner compass, or what I like to call our inner canary, signaling to us a need for recalibration. But ignoring these signs can really lead to deeper feelings of emotional fatigue, impacting not only your energy, but your ability to stay present in the things that matter most. By noticing and addressing these early shifts, we give ourselves the chance to reset, to realign, and to continue forward with a clearer, more grounded focus. Hi, I'm 𝘆cie𝘂'𝗿𝗏, and I'm a self-care strategist for women like you who are high-achieving, purpose-driven, and focused on creating a life that feels both successful and deeply fulfilling without feeling like you're being pulled in a million directions. As a self-care strategist, I work with ambitious women who want more than just to keep up with life's demands. They want to feel truly connected with themselves and their purpose. And often the signs of being out of alignment are so subtle at first, it makes it really easy to brush them off as just part of a busy life. Or as someone recently told me, I thought I was just having an off day. But noticing these early indicators is essential because it allows you to address them before they grow into something bigger. And so today, I'm here to help you recognize these signs and share practical ways for you to realign so you can move forward with renewed energy and clarity. So first, let's talk about some common signs of being out of alignment. You might feel as though you're always on edge, running from one thing to the next, one task after another, feeling like you have little or no time to pause or breathe. And that is not just about the workload, but about the feeling like no matter how much you accomplish, satisfaction remains out of reach. This continuous cycle of pressure can leave you feeling as though you're moving but never quite arriving. It's really like you're in a race you're in a race, as an example, and there's no finish line in sight. And each day's demands adds more weight to you, and that finish line seems to get further and further away. Remember those activities or aspirations that once made you feel really energized and alive? When you're out of alignment, these same things, these same pursuits really can start to feel like chores. You become less enthusiastic about them. The enthusiasm that you once had for these things, these certain tasks, it really begins to fade. And you might find yourself going through your routines out of obligation rather than excitement. It's almost as if the spark has dimmed and what was once fulfilling now feels draining. Next, when alignment slips, it's common to shift into autopilot mode. This is where you find yourself mechanically moving through your day, checking off the boxes without really feeling truly engaged. You're completing your tasks, but you're feeling disconnected from the why behind them, making it really hard to stay motivated or connected to your bigger purpose. And there are days when you know you were in the doing, but you're totally flabbergasted by the end of the day because you can't really figure out where the time went and what you even did that took up all of your time. This disconnection can really make you feel like you're watching life happen rather than being actively involved in it. And number 4, when it comes to sleep, even after a full night's sleep, your body may still feel exhausted. Emotional fatigue can show up in unexpected ways. Mood swings, irritability, even a sense of numbness. Small things that might set you off, or things that never used to bother before might actually set you off, and you might become that much more irritated or irritable. You might feel emotionally flat, right? Unable to experience the highs and lows fully. And this fatigue is signaling that your mind and your body are struggling to keep up with the pace, and rest alone doesn't seem to help. I know this, I've been there. So that's why I'm coming to you with this today to help you. When you are in alignment, your decisions feel clear and empowering. And you know that you felt that way before. But when alignment slips, even small choices can feel paralyzing. And you might find yourself second guessing yourself, worrying that each decision is the wrong one. This self-doubt not only slows you down, but it also chips away at your confidence, leaving you feeling stuck and unsure of the next steps, or unsure if you should take the next step because you're not even certain of the next step. So let's go a step further and look at how being out of alignment can lead to deeper issues in our lives, affecting not only our inner peace, but also our relationships and our ability to stay engaged in the things we care about. First, there's emotional disconnection. When we're out of sync with our true desires and purpose, we can begin to feel detached from ourselves. This disconnect often leads to a sense of emptiness, where activities that once felt meaningful, they now seem dull or unfulfilling. Over time, this disconnect from our inner purpose can make us feel like more like we're doing a series of tasks than really being on a journey of fulfillment and enjoying it. And that causes that underlying feeling of aimlessness, right? Like you feel like you're just wandering. And you might even find yourself asking, is this all there is to life for me? I know I did that. Back in 2017, when I was burning out from my corporate job, I asked this very question a lot. And I was scared because I felt trapped in a life that wasn't one I wanted to live. And I didn't know what to do at the time until I finally did, which is where I made a radical move. And I stepped into entrepreneurship. And that story I've shared before in previous live videos. But I just wanted to point this out to you because I know what it feels like to be in this space of disconnect. Then there's the impact on our relationships. When we are emotionally or mentally strained, irritability can creep in, often showing up as impatience or withdrawal. Now, if you're a mom and you've got little ones, they don't understand, do they, right? Because their little brains are computing, thinking, oh, mommy's mad at me. I did something wrong. They are now starting to feel really bad about something, thinking they did something, and that makes them feel really sad. And they can't really compute what it is, why you are irritable, because first of all, you probably haven't shared why you're irritable, but also too, at such a young mind, they haven't had that life experience to understand that sometimes we just get drained and we get emotionally, spent, that we become irritable. So this strain doesn't go unnoticed by those around us, right? And it can really start to create that distance with our loved ones, with our families, with our friends, even our work colleagues. And our relationships, they thrive on connection and presence. So when we're unable to give that energy, it can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and an overall feeling of disconnect from the people we value and care about. And finally, while we might not recognize it immediately, there are physical and mental symptoms of exhaustion. And this can look like persistent tiredness, heightened stress levels, and even a noticeable decline in motivation or creativity. Things that you used to do or you're used to doing start to feel more, instead of being engaging and fulfilling for you, they become challenging and stressful. And you might feel constantly unavailable to your emotions because you are just realizing I'm just actually going to switch off. I can't take it. And really maybe even fall into emotional burnout phase, which is something I've had experience around and I have shared in live videos previously. But I understand that. And left unchecked, it can affect your work and your personal joy. And these signs of fatigue can spiral, further impacting our energy and our ability to find joy, even in the simplest things in our lives. And if you're fully engaged with what I'm laying down for you, you'll recognize that what I've been describing for you is burnout, which is the silent creeper that we often are not paying attention to until it's right on top of us. And I've talked about burnout many times before, but I feel that most people don't have burnout on the radar until they're right deep in a burnout phase. And that's when they're looking for the solutions. They're not looking for ways to avoid it. They're not looking for ways to what are the early signs? No, they're actually looking at, I'm in a burnout because I feel burnt out. I don't know what to do. And now they're desperately looking for ways out. And so I've talked about that here on this, in my lives before, talking about emotional burnout, professional burnout, and the early warning signs, so that to help you to create that space for yourself so that you are supporting yourself and you don't end up there, but you start recognizing that everything that I've been talking about today is really that it's signs of burnout, but most of us don't recognize it that way. So what do we do when we finally recognize that we're out of alignment? Simply put, the next step is really just to focus on simple, practical things that can help you reset and reconnect with yourself. It sounds simple, right? And the reason why it's simple is because realignment doesn't require a complete overhaul. It's really about incorporating intentional actions into your daily lifestyle that supports your well-being and helps you stay grounded. So I'll repeat that. For you to have a realignment in your lifestyle to help to support your well-being, it's all about really incorporating intentional actions into your daily lifestyle. So supporting yourself there, self-care that supports your well-being and helps you stay grounded. So some strategies for realignment are, I'm going to give you some strategies that you can start using, simple strategies. And I know most of the time people are like, okay, simple strategies, okay. And you're probably going to recognize what these are. But the thing is, most people, even if you're told that this is going to help you, a lot of the time we just don't, because we get in our own way and we put ourselves into these loops of these continuous loops of burnout cycles because we're not paying attention. We're not really prioritizing ourselves. So that's why I really want to help you today, helping you to really get back to that realignment place in your life so that you are not always finding yourself trying to find a way out of burnout. And instead, you're actually keeping yourself fully, on a really great flow, ease and flow daily. So number one is having daily self check-ins. These are really simple, but it's just taking a few minutes every day to check in with yourself and asking yourself, how do I feel today? What do I need? It's so easy to do, and yet so far off of our radar at times because of being so busy in life. What do? We forget to take care of ourselves. So checking in with yourself, asking how you feel and what you need is honoring yourself and putting you first so that you can show up in your day-to-day life feeling more aligned. I would add one extra step to this practice, and that is to journal about how you're feeling and what you need, and add an additional question of, does this, what I'm currently working on, is this serving my greater good? Is it in alignment with where I'm at, what I'm doing, where I'm going? Do I feel really good about it? And don't be afraid to be brutally honest with yourself, because in fact, be brutally honest with yourself. Because sometimes, again, we can find ourselves saying that everything's okay, right? We can find ourselves saying that, oh, no problem, I've got this. And we keep pushing when everything isn't okay. I hope that you're understanding what I'm saying here, because again, it really comes down to we either get in our own way or we help ourselves along the way. Next, I truly feel that setting and maintaining boundaries is really important, especially around your time and your energy, because it is so easy to overcommit. We can put it on our calendars. Oh my gosh, we can have a ton of things on our calendars, not even recognizing it, probably not even paying attention to what we're saying yes to, the time limit, how much time it's going to take to do things, that we can find ourselves overwhelming ourselves, like overcommitting to things, and our time and our energy are going to be really depleted, and that's why it's so important, I feel, to really have a clarity around what it is that you want to achieve, not only daily, but like for that week, so that you can actually stretch out your tasks to meet your weekly goal. And that way you're not like overdoing it. And plus, looking at your calendar and making sure you have white space on it. I truly believe in the white space on your calendar, because that's open space time, that's free time for you to put in some self-care, to get out maybe for a walk, maybe to take a nap. Maybe that's what you like to do, take a nap in the middle of the day, to go out, do something, go for a walk. It's just having those pockets of time just for you is really important. And that's why I feel it's so important to have the boundaries around your time and your energy, because time is our most valuable asset. When people think money is the most valuable asset, it's not. Time is, because you can't get that time back, right? So how you are structuring your day, what the time that you are putting in for things, and then the energy also. And also, how are you structuring your day? Like if you've got a jam packed, you're going to be exhausted by the end of the day. How is that helping you? And then are you so wound up that you can't get to sleep that night? And so then you barely sleep that night, and the next day your energy is really low, you're exhausted, and you have to get back at the same pace the next day because that's just how you've scheduled your time. It's really important to look at that, because protecting your time and energy so that you don't overcommit and overwhelm yourself is really going to support you. So take a look at your calendar. I actually challenge you to do that today. What is on your calendar? Does it align with what you're currently working towards? Does it make you feel good about it? And if it doesn't, then reassess your current commitments and practice saying no when needed. And I mean saying no as a complete sentence. Setting limits allows you to invest in what matters, really ensuring you're not spreading yourself too thin. You're protecting your time and your energy, and you're actually structuring your day where you feel good about it. And especially when you have clarity and you can have those weekly goals, and then it's stretched out, right? So that you know what you're doing every day. You're not overwhelming yourself. You have a much better feeling about your life. You feel more in alignment when you have that clarity. Number 3 is learning to prioritize joy. This really goes hand in hand with setting boundaries around protecting your time and energy around your personal life. I really feel like joy gets overlooked because we are so busy trying to build our businesses or to be in the doing of things that we forget to actually enjoy what we're doing. And so finding that joy, and I'm talking about just the little things. What can you do that can bring you genuine joy and fulfillment just for the sake of feeling good about life? Whether that's spending time with your family. If you're a grandparent and you have grandchildren, so much fun. Like where I'm living here in Mexico, which is really cool. I have neighbors who, one neighbor, she takes care of, I guess, the kids when they get out of school. And what I love is listening to them because they're laughing, they're chasing each other. There's so much joy that I hear from these kids next door. It actually brings a smile to my face every time. So it's really finding those little things that can, for you, that can make you feel joyful. Again, like it's whether it's spending time with your family, whether it's going to the park with your children, pursuing a hobby, something that you really love to do, something that you haven't picked up in a while, and it was something that you loved to do, and now you want to get back into it. Maybe it's a series of books that you want to read by your favorite author or authors. Prioritizing these by putting these things on your calendar first and making joy a priority. What you're doing is you're creating space for what lights you up, and you create joy for yourself and gratitude for life. And gratitude is an amazing energy, and it's probably one of the best energies. If you look, there's scientific studies out there. They've talked about how gratitude actually, people who practice gratitude sleep better. So, for when I hear that, especially because I do have a gratitude practice at the end of the day, when I hear that, it makes me feel really good to be able to be thankful for my day, and that fuels me to actually have a better night's sleep. So just something to think about. And finally, number 4, it's important that no matter what you're doing, that you can reconnect it with your why. So that means really periodically taking time to revisit your bigger purpose and the reasons behind what you're doing. Going really deep and asking deeper level questions. In fact, I would even suggest that you do it with someone that you know, a trusted friend, a partner, someone who can actually ask you further clarifying questions based on your answers so that you can go deeper into your why and really get to the root of the connection to your why, so you stay focused and connected to your why every day, so that when you realign your daily tasks with this bigger purpose, your why, it can reignite motivation, bring a sense of direction, especially during those times of doubt, especially when you're really super tired or feeling disconnected or overwhelmed, just to name a few. So your intentional actions to support yourself are really going to be able to help you stay connected to your why and to nurture alignment, ensuring that you don't lose sight of what matters most, not only in your professional life, but also in your personal life as well. The weird thing is, as I was saying at the very beginning before I started going through these, is that we all pretty much know what I've said to you. We pretty much know all about this, but it's like as I was saying, we don't pay attention to it because it's like we pretend it's not there. That's how I feel like. It's almost like we pretend it's not there, that it will magically disappear, like that stress, that nagging feeling that something's off. And so I really truly want to challenge you to not let that be your reality. I don't want you to be that woman who I saw a post on social media just a few weeks ago, where life was going amazing for her. She has a thriving business. She has an amazing family. She'd just come back from a really incredible getaway. And yet she said she was struggling with her emotions, her workload, things were going wrong, things were getting canceled, things were out of her control. And she was feeling sick and shattered and not being able to do anything. She just felt tired of it all. And she said she cried, felt helpless, got angry, and took it out on others, feeling worried, afraid, and sad. That's what I'm trying to say. That makes one feel like you're out of alignment. When the puzzle feels complete, but yet there's that one missing piece. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. Are you feeling like there's that missing piece of the puzzle? Are you feeling out of alignment? And if you do feel this way, where in your life do you feel misaligned? And how is it impacting your energy, your focus, and your joy? I really encourage you to take a moment today to reflect on these areas and consider what changes you could make to start feeling more connected to yourself. It's really important. These questions, if they are resonating with you and you're ready to explore that, I think and right now you're thinking, I need to go and sit with this. I encourage you to do that. And then again, really thinking, how am I feeling? What do I need? What do I need in this moment? What am I doing in this moment? Is it in alignment with where I'm going? Is it really supporting my bigger goal? Or is it supporting where I'm going right now, in this chunk of time? And am I overreaching and I'm overwhelming myself? How do I feel about that? How do I get back into alignment? Can I do this on my own? Or do I need support, right? Because if you do need support, I'm ready to support you. So if you have questions, DM me with your thoughts, DM me with your questions. Alignment really isn't about having everything perfectly balanced at every moment of the day. It's about really tuning into yourself, honoring your needs, making choices that support your well-being. This is where alignment really comes in. When you commit to realigning what truly matters, your big why helps with that. You're creating a foundation of resilience, joy, and clarity that empowers every area of your life. So I encourage you to embrace each step as that opportunity for you to really deepen your connection to yourself and to really build that life that feels as fulfilling on the inside as it looks on the outside. Again, when they say the deepest transformation, and I truly believe this because I've had many instances where I've been coached by several different coaches, and my deepest transformations have been from the inside out. And I truly believe that the inner work really is the most transformational you will ever get in your life. For me, personally, that's how I feel. And for anyone I've worked with, that's how when they go through that and they work on themselves, what we reflect outwards, the vision of ourselves, the version of ourselves, the confidence, the joy, the gratitude, we reflect that out. That gets reflected back. So that's why it's really important to ask yourself these questions, get with yourself to really understand where are you out of alignment and figure that out so you can get yourself back on into that alignment. So you do have the power. I believe that we all have the power to create harmony within our lives and carry it into our world. And so if you're ready to take that next step, because you understand, right now, I don't know where the disconnect is. I am feeling a little bit out of alignment. I don't know why. I've tried to figure it out and I can't figure it out on my own. Then go ahead and click. I'm going to put the link in the comments to book your complimentary wellness strategy session with me, and we can dive deeper together to explore ways to create a path that supports both your personal and your professional well-being. So I will make sure to put that in the link in the comments right after the video, but I just wanted to put that out there for you, just in case you are saying, yeah, I need help. And I know what that's like. Don't keep yourself in a place where you're not getting that help. Oh, and excuse me for being purple because that's my camera for you. But I just thought I would just let it play because, you know, I have no control over that, right? Anyways, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll make sure to put the link in the comments. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.